Hey everybody. I'm gonna share with you guys a recording that went quite well, almost surprisingly well. So I'll give you a little bit of a debriefing here of what kind of went on. So we had a four-piece band come in to record a song that they had written. So there's a guitar player who also plays the kick drum. So that's this take as well as this take. This is his first part of the song, his second part of the song, and the kick drum. We have had a second guitar player, a cello player, and a vocalist. So we had recorded these elements, and that was all kind of fine and dandy. But the band members also had thought that they would kind of just maybe put more production into this song. So we had recorded shakers as well on top of this, and they got in a piano player to record on some of their songs, who also is a vocalist, and then they also got a second vocalist in, who would they'd both sing some backup vocals on some of their songs. So here we are. We have the main parts of the song. And then we get the piano player to do some kind of improv. She came up with something pretty sweet, and then we recorded that, got that take down, and then we got her to play a little ending piece as well, just to emphasize the ending. And that worked pretty well. It added more instrumental depth and added like a kind of an intro and an outro to the song that wasn't there before. So that worked really good. But we were looking for something a little bit more in the ending, and we weren't exactly sure what we were going to do. But I guess what I'll do is I'll play this piece the way we had it, and then you'll get a sense of what we were kind of thinking at the time. So here it is.
We've driven ourselves into the ground, and now it's too late. These chains, they have become us under pressure. We fold this power we took into our hands. We cannot control. Behind every good man stands an army of hate. We've driven ourselves into the ground, and now it's too late.
So yeah, at this point of the recording, we had decided that all the instruments were sounding quite good. The piano had added more depth and also made the song more interesting because of the intro and the outro and stuff. And then, but we decided that the vocals were a little bit plain. They were kind of sitting there, almost kind of lonely and begging for some backup vocals and stuff. And so the band members had a good idea to get everybody to sing on a song, and make that part of the ending, like just some big, impactful choir part at the ending. So I'll show you the results right away, so you get a good sense of before and after.
We've driven ourselves into the ground, and now it's too late. These chains, they have become
So yeah, having that background vocal at the end added a lot more to the song. Um, Made a much bigger impact at the ending. A lot more emotion, energy, and everything. It just adds that much more. And keep in mind too that this is all just raw stuff. It's not mixed. There's no processing on this, no delays, reverbs, or anything like that. And except for the panning, the proper panning, and the volume, I've just kind of done a rough volume mix. Um, but yeah, I think it sounds quite good. So the technique that I've used in this instance was, well, basically we had kind of two options to work with. We were either going to record each person individually and then compile them together and then make it sound like a choir, probably as best as I could in a mix, or we could just record everybody singing all at once, and just capture that sound for what it was. And I had one thing in mind that I was potentially going to do with recording everybody individually. I had found this video that showed a good technique for when you have when you record people separately. So what you could do, even if you're just recording one person but multiple takes, what you would do is you would have the stereo paired mics. You would have them in the room, kind of just sitting there, however you want to set it up, and you would keep it there for all the different takes. But what you would do is you would change the position of the singer for each take, so you could mimic the position of a full choir. So yeah, you would get someone like, you would stand them on the far front left, and then you would put them, for the next take, you would put them in the center, for the next take to the far front right, and then for another take, you would put them in between the front left and the center, or whatever. You would just position them in a bunch of these different places for all the different takes, and then when you play it back to all together, it sounds like they're in different positions, and it sounds more like a real choir. So we were gonna do that potentially, but when people were singing there all together, it sounded so decent, or at least like actually quite good, that we were gonna try just recording them singing all together. So that's the option number two, and that's what we went here. But we also kind of did a combination of the two methods that I'm describing here. Is so for the first take, which is right here and right here, this is the left and this is the right mic in the stereo pair. So we got them to record one take, and then we moved them around a little bit. I think we put them a little bit further back too or something, and then we recorded another take. So that made it sound like it's a 10-person choir. And maybe I'll play this soloed just so you can hear how it sounds soloed.
These chains, they have become us under pressure. We fold this power we took into our hands, we cannot control. Behind.
So it doesn't really sound like it's 5 people, and like I said, that's what the technique is. You not only just doing multiple takes, but if you position people differently, it makes it sound like it's people in different positions, because those stereo pairs are going to pick up people's positions, right? You'll hear it in the speakers. That's what the stereo pair does really well, is it's capturing a stereo image. So when you compile 2 takes together that are different in position, you're mimicking as if it was 10 people all in different positions, rather than coming from the exact same sources. So yeah, keep that in mind if you're gonna record any background vocals or essentially anything acoustic. Really, like you could do this with um, with an orchestra, like with cellos. If you have a bunch of cellos and violins and all these things, you can record them individually, position them in different spots, and when you compile them together, it sounds like they're in the same room in different positions, like they're taking um, the same take or whatever. So yeah, I thought the result was quite good and good enough to share with you guys. Hopefully, it gives you guys some ideas, um, and even for your production, like just keep thinking about adding some of these different creative elements and kind of different ways of recording them. Yeah, so I'll leave the band's information and the song information in the description. Feel free to ask any questions or even leave any comments. If you have any other cool, interesting, similar recording techniques, then let me know because I'm always looking for new ideas and stuff. So, but anywho, take care, guys, and bye bye now.